want to get a divorce. You're justifiably concerned and have lots of questions. This even may be your introduction to the legal system. So what do you have to do to get a divorce? And how do you get through the divorce process? I'm Daniel Clement. I'm a divorce attorney, and my practice is limited to helping people like you get through the process of divorce. The first step in any divorce is gaining an understanding of what the facts and issues in the case are. Is the case going to be contested? Is there a child custody dispute? Is there a dispute about how an asset is going to be distributed? Only after we assess the facts can we begin to develop a strategy to help to get you through the divorce. Now, while a brief and childless marriage presents very different issues than a long-term marriage with minor children, in every case we have to resolve broad questions of what are the grounds for the divorce? Is there property to equitably distribute? And we have to determine, in case with children, the amount of child support. So what are the grounds for divorce? Grounds are the legal basis, the legal reason why you're getting a divorce. It used to be you had to prove grounds: adultery, cruel and inhuman treatment, and abandonment. But in 2010, New York became a no-fault state. What does this mean? What is a no-fault divorce? Well, a no-fault divorce, quite frankly, means that the marriage is irretrievably broken down for a period of 6 months preceding the commencement of the divorce, with no prospect of reconciliation. Bottom line, you and your spouse no longer get along. Now, provided there are no other issues that need to be resolved, the divorce will be granted. But we need to address all the issues: equitable distribution, child custody, spousal maintenance, in order to get the divorce granted. What is equitable distribution? Equitable distribution is the process of dividing the marital assets and liabilities. Now, equitable does not mean equal. We look at a myriad of factors to determine what is fair, what is just, what's equitable. And from there, we distribute the assets. There are two components of child custody: residential or physical custody and legal custody. Physical or residential custody determines where the children are going to live and with whom they're going to live. Legal custody affects the decision making: who is going to make decisions regarding the children's health, education, and welfare. Both residential or physical custody and legal custody can be joint, shared, or one parent can have it. Let's face it, raising kids is expensive. And that's why, as part of the divorce process, we address the issue of child support. Child support addresses how the needs of the children are going to be met and paid for. In New York, it's largely a mathematical calculation, but we also have to address the major expenses of college, unreimbursed medical expenses, tutoring, childcare, and extracurricular activities. Spousal maintenance, or is better known as alimony, is a payment that's made from a high-earning spouse or a higher-earning spouse to a lower-earning spouse to enable that spouse to maintain themselves in some semblance of the marital lifestyle. Now, if any of these issues, grounds, equitable distribution, child custody, spousal maintenance, child support, are in dispute, the case is contested. That means if there's a fight over who's going to get the marital home, where the children are going to live, the amount and duration of spousal maintenance, the case is contested. That means it's going to require some judicial intervention. We'll have to see the judge in order to resolve some or all of the issues. That doesn't mean the case cannot be converted to an uncontested case, but most cases do get resolved. In future videos, I'll address all the steps that are necessary in order to resolve a contested case. If there are no issues in dispute, the case can proceed as an uncontested case. That means requires no further judicial intervention. We filed the summons, the complaint, and a judgment of divorce, as well as other papers that are necessary in order to obtain a divorce. The court may grant the divorce without further intervention or need for the parties to appear on an uncontested basis. In many cases, we'll submit a settlement agreement which will detail how many of the issues in the divorce were resolved, how assets were distributed, the amount and duration of spousal maintenance, the parenting arrangements. Brief and childless marriages, it may be unnecessary to submit a settlement agreement. If you're considering a divorce, you need guidance how to proceed, you just don't know what to do, contact us and we will guide you through the process of divorce.